Hawke's Bay, on the east coast of the North Island, is New Zealand's oldest wine region. It's the nation's second largest producer and top in red wine varieties, with Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon, and Syrah grapes dominating in the area. At the center of this is Mission Estate. It was established by the missionaries in 1851, and from there, New Zealand's first winery was born. This is one of New Zealand's most stunning cellar doors, and the site has to be seen to be believed. I went to meet up with the CEO to find out more about this place. So I'm actually standing in New Zealand's oldest winery, talking about the history behind Mission Estate.
Our story goes back to early 1800, when Bishop Pompalio instructed the Marist Fathers to come to the South Pacific, largely to establish a teaching order, and with them they brought their vines, planted them, established them in 1851, and we've been growing grapes ever since.
Wine is such an old, it's very, in France, it's a very old world thing, and because it's so new here, it's quite interesting to come to a place that has old bottles, that they're shelving, and they actually look like they're old, and there has been an older life of this winery.
We do have French methods running deep in our veins. The Society of Mary we've established in Sedan in the south of France. Over the years, all our winemakers have been trained under the current winemaker who always had that French influence. So we have a very strong European old world influence combined with the power and intensity of New World fruit. So it does create for an exciting wine. This fantastic old building was a seminary, but moving into the mid-80s, the numbers of enrolment of men wishing to pursue a religious life declined quite significantly, and so that left these assets basically redundant, and we had to find a new purpose for them.
Yeah, because the first vines that were actually planted by the brothers are no longer even being harvested from. And so you came along and you obviously helped them develop their brand into an award-winning brand.
Well, I think it's about the quality of your vineyard sites, your soil, the quality of your viticulture, the quality of your plant material, and I guess it's about how you manage those vineyard sites to best effect. A lot of our competitors are moving towards volume production and are being pressured by the market. We've gone the other way. We're putting more into viticulture, more into our vineyards. We're putting more into our winemaking and producing wines that offer outstanding value for money.
Paul, what I love about the Mission is the history. The Mission is the birthplace of the New Zealand wine scene. Tell us a little bit about the history.
The Marist Fathers, they brought cuttings with them. They planted those cuttings and established vines for table wine and for altar wine. In the late 19th century, they started planting quite a bit of Pinot Meunier in Hawke's Bay. My mentor, Brother John Cuttins, after his training stint in Bordeaux, he started producing the country's first true method traditionnel from Pinot Meunier. Interestingly, which is a champagne grape variety.
And see, that's fair. I never knew that. And when you first started, tell me a little bit about your mentor and his philosophy in winemaking too, because it's things that we weren't doing in this country, were we?
His training, his background was more French than many others in the wine industry at the time. We were a whole bunch of pressing fruit. That's a trick I learnt from him.
Yeah, way before anyone else?
And now everyone's doing it, but we were doing it.
Yeah.
We've always been doing it.
Yeah. Over in the other vineyard over there, we've got this lovely little brick house. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that was the house that Brother John converted over from a dwelling to rooms with refrigerated temperature control for making his method traditionnel.
So that's the first champagne chateau of New Zealand that we have over there in the vineyard. That's a piece of history though, isn't it? That is, you've got such a story and such history with this place.
The Gimlet Gravels is world-renowned, so I was interested to find out what makes this place so special. We're at the Gimlet Gravels. What is so special about this area?
It's all about the soils. The soils are very free draining, very stony in structure, and the vine just grows so well. So the fruit that comes out of the gravels, in particular Syrah, Cabernet, Merlot, is really intense and produces really nice, elegant tannins as well. Because on these soils, the moisture is restricted, the canopy is a lot smaller and slimmer, so there's less vigour, so the fruit at the time of ripening isn't competing with the canopy in terms of growth, and that's when you start getting these really vibrant characters and flavours starting to come through.
Is there any kind of flavour that this soil adds to its grape?
Yeah, really interesting question. These soils give a really richness, blackberries, cassis, really dark fruit characters in the Cabernets. But then in the Syrahs you get this wonderful violet floralness, cracked pepper characters as well.
After a tour of this very impressive winery with Paul, we couldn't help but be waylaid in the barrel room, or as I like to describe it, checking on the progress. You've won numerous trophies, numerous gold medals, not only with this wine, but a lot of your Syrahs in the range, haven't you?
Yeah, we've done pretty well in the competition circuit. Very traditional winemaking. What we do is we bring the fruit through from hand-harvested fruit right through to barrel into bottle. The French have a word for it, élevage, and it's which roughly means nurturing. So we nurture the wine.
Well, you've done a great job.
Thanks.
Cheers.
So it's harvest time here at Mission.
Yes, we're just pre-harvest Cabernet Sauvignon blocks. So all hand-picked. Utmost care is taken in growing this block, so all bunches are freely exposed, one bunch per shoot.
Why do you think that's important to still be able to manually pick some of your grapes?
Got the ultimate chance to have a look at every bunch. Anything that's not quite right, you can remove from the bunch. And I'm a big believer in terms of what you put in is directly attributed to what you get out. So the more time and effort and resource that you put in, the better the results are going to be at harvest and in 18 months' time when we finally get to try some of this in bottle.
So see, it's not the winemaker that makes the good wine, it's the viticulturalist.
Oh, we need more of you.
Okay, Andy, what have we got here and what are we doing today?
Right, we're going to make just a nice little fresh pasta dish.
Excellent. I have the most important thing here, 2 glasses of red wine for us to drink while we're doing this. So let's lead off. Tell me what you want.
Okay, basically, well, I'll get you to do all the stuff that I don't want to do.
Sure. And tell me a little bit about the restaurant. You're open 7 days?
7 lunches, 7 dinners.
Ooh, hope you get a day off.
Christmas Day and Good Friday.
Oh, that's 2 days a year. You can't, yeah, that's fine. It is a beautiful place to work, though, isn't it? You come up that driveway every day, you must think.
Every day. I even got married here, so.
Well, I hope, what, in between services?
Yeah.
The wine match we're putting together is a homemade pasta with fennel sausage. We're matching this with the Mission Syrah. Can't wait.
Next step, we've got the sausage.
Yes.
So we've just got this fennel sausage, and we'll just break up some of that sausage meat in there.
That smell that's coming off, and I know people can't smell it, but it is absolutely superb. There's something about garlic.
Yeah, garlic, I mean, especially mixed with the fennel oil that we're using. Okay, so
well, that's looking good. Certainly smells nice.
We'll just take that off for now.
Andy, we're up to the sauce stage. What have we got in the pan so far?
Okay, clean pan.
Yep.
A little bit of fennel oil.
Okay.
Just gonna, a couple of fennel seeds in there.
And this is a new pan?
It's a brand new pan.
That's what we like, virgin pans.
Yeah. So what we'll do, again, we'll chop a little
garlic.
A little bit of that garlic in there. All the tomatoes.
All Hawke's Bay produce going in here.
All Hawke's Bay produce. A little bit of harissa in there. So harissa is just a big blend of chilies.
The Syrah, I think we'll go with this dish.
It's going to go with the spice perfectly. Yeah. The spice, the fennel, the meat, the sausage meat. It's going to be perfect.
Look at that. Well, my friend, I've got to say, cheers.
Cheers. Perfect.
So 35 or 37 years old. Let's see if it still has any.
It may have a touch with a bit of luck. Yeah. Hoping.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, it's an easy cork. Oh, she does have pressure because she's doing it on her own.
It's an old wine, but it's not aldehydic. It's not stale.
The beginning is good, but the end tastes like snails.
It's toasty and mealy.
I don't think it's good.
I still can't believe I got to open a 37-year-old bottle of champagne. I will remember this day forever. Such a good bunch of people who encapsulate what the wine industry is all about.
I was a little nervous about the wine match, but after a few bites, everyone seemed to love it. Well, how couldn't you? The perfect wine, great food, and what an evening at Mission Estate.